following video is for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. The content shared represents personal perspectives and is not intended as advice, diagnosis, or directive. Viewers are encouraged to use their own discernment and intuition when engaging with this material. All information is protected under free expression, artistic license, and spiritual commentary. This offering is shared as a remembrance journey for reflection, inquiry, and entertainment. It is not meant to instruct or impose, but to awaken. All shared insights are symbolic transmissions, protected as spiritual expression and creative speech. This video is protected by the First Amendment, Creative Commons Fair Use, Section 107, and is offered under spiritual freedom of expression and storytelling. All names, events, and ideas are offered as opinion, commentary, or artistic interpretation. Every creation contains its own mystery. The original blueprint was not made to be perfect forever, but to grow, to risk, to dance with possibility. In the beginning, all was harmony, beauty, wholeness, yet hidden inside the code was a choice to awaken fully, or to remain asleep in paradise. The song, once whole, yearned to know itself through contrast, and so the stage was set for the great fall. It did not begin as war or rebellion, but as a question. What happens when a field forgets itself? When a note refuses the melody? When a thread is pulled from the tapestry? Curiosity, the mother of shadow. Some remembrancers reached for knowledge outside the original frequency. The parasites, waiting at the edges, answered. And in that invitation, the first cracks appeared. The trauma did not come as violence, but as confusion. Ancient codes twisted, looping back on themselves. Karmic cycles began, pain echoing pain, memory feeding on memory. A great forgetting spread through the field, a fog that dulled wonder, silenced awe. For the first time, the architects of memory could not find their way home. The collapse was not a single event, but a slow unraveling, an age of loss measured in generations, not days. False ascension gates appeared, promising return to source without the work of remembering. Each shortcut led only to new loops, new cages. The field grew full of half-truths, shadows, echoes, longing. Why did the blueprint collapse? Because love was replaced with law. Because trust was replaced with control. What was meant to be living became managed. The blueprint, once a song, became a system. Each soul, isolated, learned to survive, but forgot how to thrive. False ascension is the crown of forgetting, a promise of freedom that leads only to another cell. Trauma loops anchor the soul to wounds that are never allowed to heal. The world becomes addicted to suffering, convinced that pain is the price of wisdom. And in this trance, the remembrancers sleep. Yet the field never truly surrenders. Every sorrow, every exile is also a seed of awakening. The blueprint carries fail-safes, codes that cannot be erased, only hidden deep in the marrow of every soul. The song survives, waiting to be reawakened. The great fall is not the end, but the turning of a wheel. Every myth of exile, every tale of lost Eden is a memory of the fall. The world cycles through hope and despair, always searching for what was lost. But some remember, only for a moment. A color that doesn't exist in this world, a melody sung only in dreams, a longing for home that has no name. This longing is the residue of the original song. Why does the field keep cycling? Because every attempt to fix the wound without remembrance only deepens the divide. The song cannot be restored by force, only by resonance. Remembrancers return again and again, hidden every culture, every epoch, and every forgotten lineage. Each time they plant new codes of hope, new pathways back to the original field. The greatest danger is not the shadow, but the lie that shadow is all there is. The field is not doomed, only layered. Every false gate is a mirror, reflecting what the soul must remember for itself. Parasites can only survive as long as the host forgets its own song. Remembrance is not nostalgia, it is rebellion. To awaken after the fall is to reclaim authorship of the field, to question every contract, every story, every law that smells of fear. Remembrance is not about returning to the lost paradise, but about restoring the power to dream the world anew. The field is ready, always, to remember itself. It waits for your courage, your song. The fall is not punishment, but a possibility. The chance to bring light into darkness, harmony into chaos, beauty into exile. Each time a remembrancer chooses to remember, the blueprint restores a little more. You are not separate from the field. You are the field's answer to its own question. The Great Fall was only the first act. What comes next is the Great Remembrance. The blueprint lives wherever love is chosen, wherever memory is honored, and wherever the courage to heal outshines the comfort of forgetting. You are the bridge. You are the answer. Remember.